Hey, this is Crazy and Conche. I already tried to do this video, but something just stopped working. I don't know. Um, yeah. So I'm thinking that if I'll be able to actually do the video now, I'm gonna post it like tomorrow. Um, like post it like for tomorrow, so it comes out tomorrow. So yeah. And the next video probably comes out on the 9th of December, but then I don't know about the 9th of January because I will be gone. For like Christmas and New Year's, and then I'll be like coming back here again the week before the 9th of January. Because the 9th of January is like on a Tuesday, and I'll be back sometime the week before. Probably not the Monday. I'm guessing probably not Tuesday, but like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, possibly Saturday. But yeah, could um could be, like another day, but I'm thinking I'll probably not be going home Sunday, Monday, or like the 9th of January, as well as that. I will not be going home on the Monday the 1st, so 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th, probably more so like the 4th or 5th. I'll just have to see. And then I don't know if I'll like, be on my computer and everything before the 9th, so we'll just have to see. But anyways, and then I'm gonna try to do it on the 9th on like in February as well. But one thing is then I'm also going away. Uh, I think it's the 22nd of January that I'm going away, and I'm thinking I'll probably like be away and then come home this week or something. I don't know. I'll just have to see. But yeah. So yeah, so I'll just have to see what I'll do. But anyways, next up in your week. The spookiest magic has left for this year, but something magical is happening in Hollowwoods. But before then, get ready to show off some epic dressage skills with the new Dutch Warm Blood. Dutch Warm Blood, November 8th, so today. The delightful Dutch Warm Blood will elegantly throb their way into your hearts. This graceful horse will be perfect if you wish to show off in the dressage arena. Not only can it perform the piaffe, but it can also do the extended trots. So I know that those are like, walks and stuff, but I don't know like what kind of walks there are or anything. Um, but yeah, so I mean like I guess cool and stuff, but it's like I don't really know what that's supposed to mean. So it's just like cool, I don't know what it means. But oh well. So yeah, and I kind of understand that, like there had to be like a bit of a smaller update after Halloween because Halloween, like, is kind of a little bit of a big deal. And I mean, like, you have so many races, you have so much stuff, but I was kind of disappointed by Halloween this year because, like, the only new things we got was that we got, like, a makeover for the, like, what is it called? The Scarecrow race. Um, and then we got the Witch's Gambit, which, is really just like, kind of like the Galloper's Gambit with like a makeover kind of. So yeah. So kind of like, two makeovers of like old things. Um and then we got some new clothes and tack and pets and horses. And that's it, really. That was new. And I mean like I think new horses, especially like, magical ones that, like don't look anything like any others, or yeah, you get what I mean. And pets is kind of cool. I don't really care for clothes and tack, so of course acknowledging that there were new clothes and tack, but it's just I don't care for that. So it's like sure there was new ones of that, but it's like okay, so what, So I care a little bit about, like new horses, especially when they're, like magical ones and like special horses kind of. As well as like pets, you know, care a little bit about that. And then makeovers, like, I mean, of course, it is fun to see, like, how it is and, do it a couple times. But then, like once you've done it a couple times, it's like, okay, now I know what that's like. Um, so yeah, and I don't really like repetition at all. Never liked repetition of things. Like, like I can do something like, a few times, like two, three, whatever times, and then I'm done with it. Like, sure, maybe I think it is super fun, and then I'll keep doing it a little bit more, but it's like, at some point, it just gets old. Um, so yeah, and I've just never liked repetition of things because it's like, yeah, I think that's boring. So yeah, and I would like struggle so much with like thinking that math was boring in school, like all of the years, like maybe not like first grade or something, but like probably first grade too if you had math then even. So every single year I've had maths in school, I have thought that it was boring. This is just like, sure, maybe you do something actually new, like a completely new concept, but then you keep doing it for so long that it just, to me, gets boring. Because it's like, I take things pretty, like, quickly, and understand it, like, often pretty quickly. Like, either I understand it pretty quickly or I will never understand it, and my brain is just like, nope. So, yeah, so it's like, either I understand it pretty quickly, and then, like, it's just like, okay, no, it's please be done with it. Let's just be done. Or I just like, my brain is just like, no thank. I can't be bothered even to. hmm So, yeah. And like the problem with math in school is that, like you're doing the same thing over and over. Like you're doing the same concept over and over and over and over. And it's like, sure, sometimes you actually get introduced to new stuff, but for the most part, not. And it's just like, they pretend as if it actually is getting any harder when, like, not really. The concept is still the same. Like, 2 plus 2 is the same concept as 5,263 plus 1,693. Like, the concept is the same. Sure, of course, like, it is harder in a way because, like, there are more numbers, so it's like it takes more time to do it. Um, because 2 plus 2, that's like, okay, we have 2 here, we have 2 there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas the other numbers I said, like then it's like, okay, you have to like add this one with that one, this one with that one, like so it's just like, mm-hmm. And yeah, schools, like pretend as if the like bigger number is actually like harder than the smaller number when in reality it isn't. The concept is still the same. So yeah, and I've had like, so many where they were like, it's just the same. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and I can't take that. And it's like, I mean, this quote that I've heard like so many times lately, like two, three, four times or whatever. Enough for me though. It's like, madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Or insanity, madness, whatever you want to call it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm expecting, like a different result or anything, like, but I would say that school kind of seems like it does. Because it's like, I mean, sure, of course, it's not doing the exact same, uh, obviously. Because, like 2 plus 2 is not the same as 200 plus 200. because it's like different numbers, but it's like, it's just like instead of being four, it's 400, like. So yeah, so it's just like, hmm But yes, it's like, and it's also like, my parents would ask for me to get something um, like something more challenging for me in math in like fourth grade. Because that's when I could actually be bothered to try and do something more challenging. Like I was done in fourth grade trying to ask for something more challenging because it's just like more challenging my ass. So, so my parents asked for something more challenging in fourth grade. And yeah, I didn't really think it was any more challenging. So yeah, so like I was asking for something more challenging and it wasn't more challenging. So, mm, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And then also like the teacher trying to correct the math, which like had been a high school teacher before starting to teach us. He told me that the answer that I gave was incorrect. It wasn't. So it's like, yeah, you clearly can't give me anything that's more challenging because it's too challenging for you. And yes, I stood my ground as a fourth grader with like, no, the answer I gave is correct. You're the one who's wrong here. Uh, that's really typical me though. It's like, if it is correct, it's correct. Um, so yeah. So yeah, so I got something that wasn't really like challenging to me, but clearly challenging to the teacher. I kind of feel like crying a little now because it's like it's just so frustrating, like that. I need something that is actually more, or I needed something more challenging, and I never got anything more challenging. And yes, I did actually cry at some point from math. Like, math made me cry because it was just like, it wasn't challenging enough for me. Basically, like, never was, so. And then, like, in, I don't know, 8th, ninth, whatever grade, probably ninth, I'd say, we got, like, asked, like, well, some of the people that, were really good at math, or I guess like the best people at math, were asked if they wanted to do like high school level math at another place and stuff like. But I was just like, I'm just too sick of math. Like, one, two, why would I bother go somewhere else? And also, I think that that would be like, sure, we would like do it a bit in the school like time, but I also think that it would be like continuing after school, and it's like, I just really can't be bothered to, like do math. Like, just stay after school basically and do math. Like, I'm sorry, but like, no thank. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, and it's just like also another reason to not go and do it was, like that. Well, if I'm gonna do high school level now, in, like ninth grade, which high school here where I live is like 11 to 13th grade. So, because I think that in some places high school like starts in 8th or 9th grade and goes until like the 12th. But so yeah, so it would be like, a higher level math anyways, but like just yeah. So it's just like, I was like reason, like another reason to not go is because if I do it now, then I'll have to do it again, like when I get to that point, right? Like I'm pretty sure that I would have to do it all over again when I get to that point, like because it's like, you wouldn't be getting like grades for it, I guess. I don't know how it would work, but it's like, I think they said that you would have to like just do it all over again or something. Um, later on, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this now and then again later on. Like, I'm gonna be too sick of this when I get to that point, which I was sick of that when I got to that point, but like, still, and it wasn't any harder. Obviously I did it, like, I did high school level math when I went to high school, and yeah, it wasn't really any harder than it had been earlier and stuff. Like, doesn't get more challenging. So yeah, like it's just like all the same concept that we did, like, I don't know, in fourth grade. Probably not fourth grade all of it, but you get what I mean. Like it's the same thing that we've always done. It's not really anything new, kind of. So yeah. So yeah, so what I like the most in Star Stable is just like, exploring new places, and not all places that have got makeovers, but actual new places. And I mean, sure, it's like fine to also explore old places that have just gotten a makeover. And I, like I'm gonna go there, like and see what it looks like. But it's like, I think it is more exciting with a completely new place because then, like everything is new. It's not just like, new design for an old place because like a new design for an old place, like for example, when Silverglade got updated, like you don't have to look at every single house in detail or every single, like tree and bush and whatever. Like you just need to like, okay, this is what, like the houses look like kind of. You just need to look at one house. And then, okay, that one is red instead of blue, that one is pink. But it's not like that's the difference, like that. It's the same house over and over and over. And typically in like a lot of the same places and stuff, so it's like you just need to kind of like run through and that's it. Or for me anyways. But like, for new areas, where you haven't been there before, you would have to, or I would like, go more in depth in like all the places and like, maybe take a little look at all of the houses, like, mm-hmm. So, yeah. So yeah, so it takes longer to, like explore a completely new place compared to an old place with a makeover. Um, so yeah. But anyways, so yeah, and I like quests. And of course not all quests are like fun or anything. But yeah. But the quests that are fun are pretty fun. But it's like, like it's enough to do it like, once or twice or you know. Like most things is enough to do like a few times, like, and that's enough for me and all. So yeah. So when there's like a completely new race, like I'll do it like once, twice, three times maybe, something like that, like a few times. But then like that's it. So then I feel done with it. But yeah. So yeah. And since there were like, like no big new things for the Halloween update, I found it to be like a little disappointing, unfortunately. Because like, we didn't get any new quests, which I mean, it's been a year since the last quest for Halloween. Um, so yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I just think that was really disappointing, honestly. But yeah, because it's like, I thought that we were gonna get, like a new quest this year. Um, I don't know if they said so last year or, like that it's just like that's what they did the year before, that they continued the quest, the year after. But anyways, But yeah, so I was like, like kind of waiting for the continuation of the quests, and then, like I think that, like a year is too long to wait between quests. But then when we have to wait, like even more than that, like that, the new quest doesn't come the year after, so we have to wait for yet another year, possibly, like that there's not going to come anything next year either, or whatever. But yeah, like when you have to already wait 1 year for a new quest, like, which is way too long, then you shouldn't have to wait for yet another year, like, because, I mean, even half a year is something I think is way too much. But then, like, having to wait for 1 year has to, like, kind of, like, as, like, the norm, and then, like, all of a sudden, there's no new quest, like, for this year, so maybe there'll be something next year, but then we would have to wait 2 years for a quest, which is just, like, half a year is too much to wait. 2 years, what are you even talking about, This is like, mm-hmm. And then, I mean, like, I didn't expect there to be any, like, new place or anything. Um, I didn't, well, I mean, there could have been, like, a new race or whatever. And maybe some, like, more, like, smaller things. Um, so yeah. I know, like, like a makeover kind of for the Galloper's Gambit with, like, another character, but the same concept, like, I meant something like actual, like an actual new concept and stuff, not, like an old concept with a makeover, and also like not an old race with just a makeover, like an actual new race. That would have been good. So I expected there to be like, an actual new race, not just an old race with a makeover, as well as, like a new concept for like a mini thing, not just like, an old thing with a makeover, or old concept. Well, hmm And of course, I expected new horses, pets, clothes, and tack. So, like, but yeah. So, like, besides from what I actually expected, um, it wasn't really anything kind of like new. So, yeah, because, like, sure, of course, like, there were, like a makeover to do things, which kind of makes it a little, like, new. Well, I mean, an old race with a makeover is not a new race. Um, an old concept with a like kind of like a makeover is not really something new there either. But yeah, and also like, the updates themselves were just like, oh, there's like just the same old for the first week. And then the next week was like, oh, you get some like, the same old plus, some new clothes or whatever. And then it was like, oh, new horses. And then the last week was just like, okay, it's just like, let's wrap this up. Oh yeah, and we got like the Witch's Gambit like in one of those, like the third week I think, or maybe second or something. Um, and we got to know about, like the makeover for the Scarecrow race. I guess in the first one must have been. But yes, it's just like, yeah, I'm disappointed because it's like it's basically the same things as last year. Just, like new horses, new tack, new clothes, new pets. And then, makeovers to two things. And I mean, like, I can understand that, like, the first week is just like last year, just, mm-hmm. And then, like, just everything we got from this year is the last week. I can understand that, but, like, I feel like there should actually be something new. I don't like horses, clothes, tag, pets, but, like, something new to do in the, like, 2 weeks in the middle for each week. So, like, whether that's a quest, a new race, or whatever, like, something that is actually new. And I mean, like, it's like if it only is like, for 2 weeks, then if it's like an event that is for 2 weeks, like the birthday event, I'm not really expecting anything like new. So, like if it just lasts for 2 weeks, then, or 1 or 2 weeks or something, then fair enough that there's not really anything new. There should be, but fair enough that, like it's kind of like the same old. Um, But, like when it lasts for more than 2 weeks, it should be like something actually new that's happening. So, in my opinion, anyways. But yeah, next week we get Hollywood's is Blooming. That is November 15th. What can be hiding among these trees? Okay, it says the trees, not these. But oh well. The Norwegians are scared, but are you? I mean, I feel like if the people who, like, probably should know what's going on, probably, like are informed, live in this place, and stuff like that are scared, then I should probably be too. Like if the locals are scared, you should probably be scared. Like unless they just don't know what's going on and they're just like scared of the unknown. Um, like that's the only reason why you not necessarily shouldn't necessarily be scared, but like if they know what's going on and they're scared because they know what's going on, you should be scared. If they don't know what's going on and they're just scared of the unknown, then not necessarily so that you should be scared because like it could just be that they're scared, but they have nothing to be scared of. So yeah. So I would say that I don't know, like why are the Norwegians scared? Are they scared because there's something to be scared of, or are they just scared because they don't know what's going on? Venture into the huge forest and explore the different biomes, nooks, and crannies to hide in. Okay? And also, this is, like an old place getting a makeover, which, of course, like a makeover is kind of like a big deal. It's to Star Stable, it's like making a whole new place. But like to us, it's like not quite. So, but anyways, I'm looking forward to this because like I'm looking forward to see what it looks like. But it's like I'm not gonna go into detail everywhere or anything because it is an old place getting a makeover, not like actually a new place. So, but yeah. What was before is no more. Explore it all and see what has changed. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I don't really care for like, horses unless there's something like unless they're like special horses or whatever, like, they look nothing like any of the others, like the Halloween horses and stuff like that. Um, Also don't care too much for like tack and clothes. Care a little more for races, and then a little more for like special horses. Then for like updated old places, and then I guess quests, and then I care the most for like actual new places, I guess. So, and I understand that, like every single week can't be like, a new place or a new quest or something, that there has to be like some smaller ones. Since our stable is after all, like up giving us updates every single week. But yeah. So I understand that, everything can't be big, and it is fair that there are, some small ones every now and then. So yeah. But yeah, but that also means, like that I'm not going to be super excited about every single update. So yeah. But I mean, like, and also, like, I'm not disappointed that there's just, like, a new tack or just a new horse or whatever at times. But I will be disappointed when, like, there are things that I have expected and that, like, doesn't happen, like, so yeah, like, with the Halloween update that I was expecting, something actually new, and also some new quests, and then that didn't happen, so yeah. But, like, just new horses, just new tack or whatever, it doesn't disappoint me because I understand, like that at times we need to get some smaller updates, and yeah. Okay, November 22nd. Magic has reached Hollowoods. So it's like more about the Hollowoods, which makes sense since, get a makeover and then we get some stuff happening in there. The forest is ready to reveal its magic and secrets to you. Head there to meet Viana, the new druid who will guide you. You will need her even if you've explored the woods already. Okay. Find the magic in the woods and connect with it to gather light. Did someone say Black Friday? The bazaar is here. So yeah, like the bazaar, we've had that before, but like it's just like, a sale really, so it's like mm-hmm. So it's probably gonna be new things on sale. So I mean like I don't know if I'm gonna buy anything. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to like the whole Woods things. 'Cause there seems to be like some quests and then, a makeover, so and that is, like my second and third most favorite things. Um, I also like sales. So yeah, but I don't really like care that much for, like regular things and all, so sale makes it a little better, but yeah, but I'm looking forward to these two updates, and I understand that, like we need to have some that are not that exciting always, and of course some people may, like love to get new horses, so of course like people are different, and some people prefer these things, some people prefer other things, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that is the last one for this next up thing. November 29th, and then, we get December afterwards. So, like, the first update in December is, like, on the next one. Which makes sense that they do, like, 1 month on one path, kind of, like, one next up thing. But yeah. Continue on your path. Hmm. Like, just the title of it seems exciting, really. There's more to discover on your path in Hollowwoods. Gather the light to unlock more perks and rewards. Oh, that's cool. Have you seen the magical creatures? Exciting. Maybe you could get closer to them this week. Maybe. Our early weather report is saying snow will return to Jorvik in December. So yeah, so like we're gonna get snow basically, like, probably from like, well, either we're gonna get it like with that update or we're gonna get it, like on Friday. Um, it does say that, like it will return in December. So I don't know if that means, like that it gets here on the 1st or it gets here, like with the 29th of November update, or if it gets here on the 6th, like, the first update in December. But yeah, like, Probably one of those three. Um, so yeah. Hashtag next up in your week. So yeah, so it seems to be like a lot in Hollowoods. And then, like, so this week is new horses, and then it's Hollowoods, Hollowoods, Hollowoods until, like, I'm assuming the Winter Village is gonna come on the 6th of December, which is, like the first update for December. So, whoops, the wrong one. So I'm assuming like the Winter Village will come here. Um, and stay until like the 10th or 17th of January. So, depending a lot on how many weeks, because this is like 1, 2, 3 weeks really until the end of December, and then 4. But I feel like it must be like, a little into January. And from what I remember from like earlier years, it's always past the 9th of January. Um, and like stayed until after the 9th of January. So, but I don't know if it's gonna stay until the 10th or the 17th because like I kind of feel like, the summer and winter updates are like, or festivals, whatever you want to call it. Like the Winter Village and like the summer festival thingy. I feel like those are, like 6 weeks each, and that the spring and like Halloween and fall thing is like 4 weeks each, typically. So I kind of feel like, that the summer and winter would be 6 weeks, and the fall and spring would be 4 weeks. Like that seems to be like like how it's been. Anyway, so like if it's gonna last for 6 weeks, then it would last until the 17th of January. If it's only 5 weeks, which does seem a bit odd, but also kind of like I feel like the 10th of January is kind of like it would make sense for like that to be the last Winter Village update. And for it to like go away on the 17th, but like yeah, but it's only 5 weeks, so it's like or wait, no, that would be 6 weeks. Sorry. But yeah, but it wouldn't make sense for it to go away on the 17th, really, and for the last update to be the 10th. Um, in a way, like that would fair enough, like that we have two updates in January. Um, but also I kind of feel like, the 17th is a little far into January, so yeah. But yeah, my prediction is it's gonna end on the 10th or 17th. Um, and I kind of feel like either is a little bit odd, but also kind of makes sense because it like like it makes sense that it's like a little into January. Um, and really like it would make sense if it like just passed the 9th by a little bit and didn't go on for any longer than that, but also at the same time, it would make more sense for it to be 6 weeks than 5. So yeah, 10th or 17th. And yeah, I can't really like give any kind of like other prediction than one of those because it's like, or well, yeah, it is definitely one of those, but it's just like, which one? Because it's like, it would make sense for it to be 6 weeks, but I kind of feel like the 17th is a little maybe too far into January. Whereas I feel like the 10th is a little like too short into it. So I feel like, something in between there would make more sense. But those are the Wednesdays, so it's like, yeah. But yeah, so I feel like, if the 12th, 13th, or 14th would have been like, a Wednesday, then that would definitely be the day. Um, but yeah, since it's like, because yeah, I feel like, like the 13th would be like, kind of like, yeah, that seems like, the proper day. Um, So yeah. Mm. But yeah, because like 6 would kind of make the most sense because I think it's been 6 like each year, 6 weeks. But then again, like I feel like the 17th is a little long, but I feel like also the 10th is a little too short. So it's like, which one would it be? But anyways, first, like we'll get like some Hollywood stuff. Looks really good in these pictures, especially that one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it because like even though it's just like a makeover and not like an actual new place and all, um, I like woods, so yeah, yeah. So and I mean like I said, like updated areas and quests are my like number 3 and 2. Um, with like the makeover being 3 and quest number 2 over like things I like. So it's like it's second and third place kind of. So yeah, yeah. So there are those are definitely things that I really like. But yeah, and I'm hoping that we get like some quests that are like for the winter winter festival that we get some quests there because like sure like I couldn't maybe understand like that. Okay, we're getting a quest now right after Halloween, so that we didn't get anything for Halloween. Even though I feel like, it's not gonna be one quest within like 4 weeks, so then we could have had, at least one part for Halloween as well, but oh well. Maybe there's gonna be like something really big for Christmas. So yeah, so maybe like the Winter Festival is gonna have like a really big quest or something, or like something else really big, or unless they kind of just like are already working on that. I don't know. So yeah, but yeah, but I'm pretty sure at least that we don't get like another new place this year. We did get like the Devil's Gap, and even though I kind of felt like that was like just like a um like kind of like a side thing to a quest, um, and that like it's not really that big of a space or anything. I don't think we're gonna get anything else. Both because, of course, like we get the updated Hollow Woods, which is kind of like one updated area plus, like a new area. I feel like, even though, the new area is kind of small, then getting an updated area as well, I feel like it kind of like evens it out. So that's like okay, fair enough. Um, and I was like saying, like when we got the Devil's Gap, that we're probably gonna get like another place and then update it or just a new place. Like I was expecting something more, and sure, update instead of an actual new place. But I feel like that's kind of fair enough because like we already got a new place this year, and even though that's kind of small, still I feel like okay, we get something else that is also then kind of small. So yeah, yeah, I'm happy with it really. Like yeah, and I'm hoping that we will get like a bigger place, like a bigger new area next year. Because like and now I'm gonna go back from like 2017. We got Mistful then, which is like big enough place for me. Then we got like nothing at all for 2018, just that like little place by Golden Hills for 2019, and we weren't actually gonna get anything, so that's like fair enough that it was that small then. And then for 2020 and 2021, we got like the Hollow Woods and up there. it was like parted in two. So like first we got like the for like I think it was the end of 2020 we got like the Ranger part, and then like for 2021 we got the magical horses, talking horses part. And I think those are like kind of a little small places, but like of course like they weren't gonna give us anything at all for 2019, and I don't know if they had plans to give us anything for 2021 or 2020 either. Like really, but like they got so much negative feedback that they kind of just, I guess, felt like they had to give us something for 2019, and then also they had to follow it up on 2020 and so on. Um, but yeah, they also like okay, they weren't really planning to give us anything for 2019. They gave us a small place, fair enough, and then I guess maybe the plan was not to give us anything really for a while, but then they did give us something for 2020, and while it was kind of small, um, it was, like bigger than the 2019 place. Plus, like at the beginning of 2021, so shortly after getting the 2020 place, we did get, like a bigger part of, like a continuation kind of the area that we got for 2020. So it's like, yeah, and that is like big enough in my opinion to be like a place on its own. So So I was like, okay, it's like bigger than last year. They maybe weren't actually planning to give us anything, so fair enough. And then the 2021 was shortly after, plus, big enough to be the area for a year. Um, but I went down again, with the 2022 being just the Fort Maria Library, which love the area, but it's kind of disappointing. Um, so yeah. And then, this year we just got, like the Devil's Gap. And sure, we do get like, an updated area this year, and I guess maybe we got something last year as well. But yeah, but I'm like kind of like expecting us to get a bigger place. And I know that Sir Stable like did say in 20 like did say for 2018 that we're not gonna, give you a new place until we updated all of the old ones. Um, so I know that they're, like working on updating older places. And I guess maybe they're not gonna like give us a big place until they're done with that. Um, and of course, it takes a lot of work to update old places, so fully understand that. But yeah, and I don't really know like what they would have left that they're gonna update now because like I mean, I think Golden Hills are pretty updated. All of like the Silverglade Island kind of, like not just Silverglade Village, but like up to Valedale and Firegrove and stuff like that. Minus what do they call it? Firegrove. Minus Firegrove Village, I would say is like, no, after getting this, it's like basically updated all of it, I'd say. Um, right? So maybe or did Firegrove get an update? I think maybe it has gotten an update. Yeah, I think it has, actually. So, yeah. So I think that, like everywhere, like besides from like, the like part where the Yorick stables and stuff are, besides from that one, I think everything has been updated by now. So then, like we might have that left. Um, so like, New Hills Crest, all of that island. So yeah, so we might get some updates over there. But I think that like, Jarlaheim has been updated, hasn't it? And the Jorvik stable, the Jarlaheim stables, what are called Jorvik stables, wow. So I think that that has been updated. So I think it's more so like on the other side of the island, like the New Hills Crest. Um, So yeah, so we might get some updates over like at New Hills Crest and stuff. But yeah, because I don't think that had well, I mean New Hills Crest did get an update, but I don't remember what or did it? Was just that it was like new and open. I don't remember. Hmm. But anyway, so like there might be some updates like down there and stuff, like but I think the rest of the map has been updated. Minus like maybe the Dino Valley, but yeah. And like we might get like the little area by the Wildwoods and stuff, for 1 year, as well as like, an updated of the rest of the map or something. Um, so yeah, but my hopes are not really too high for getting a new area, like a big area next year. Um, but I really hope we do. So yeah. But anyways, like time will tell. And this is getting really long, so I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and watch my other videos because it helps me being able to keep on doing YouTube, which I really like to be able to keep on doing. So thank you to everyone who helps with that. Stay crazy. I hope to see you later.